Relax, relax, Sophia. Relax. Piper held her hand, slowly switching places as she placed her maid on her knees before Jabari. The 40-year-old woman closed her eyes, beginning to pray before the giant penis dangling in her face. Just touch it, Piper demanded. Nah, that's all right, Jabari remarked, ready to leave before getting caught. No, she needs to keep her mouth shut. Fuck her throat. Keep her quiet. She can't tell my parents anything if she did it too. Piper barked, pushing the maid's face against his dick. Nah, stop. It's cool. Let's get out before your pops comes, Jabari insisted. Sophia, suck his fucking dick. Sophia, suck his fucking dick, Piper screamed at her elder, pointing to his flaccid penis. It's too big. No, Sophia sobbed, happily married with children when she wasn't working here. Do it or I'll tell my dad and your husband I caught you fucking him, Piper accused. Jabari was horrified at how quickly things turned to blackmail. Yet he couldn't resist the sensation of the older woman frantically sucking his dick. He gripped the back of Sophia's head and the woman relaxed, letting him use her for pleasure. Are you okay? Jabari asked softly. Si, papi, claro que si, Sophia seductively moaned, dutifully pleasuring the groundskeeper. Good, now you two stay here. I'm returning to my room so no one suspects anything. Piper ran off, leaving the two. Though Sophia could have stopped, she found herself enticed to stroke Jabari's dick before praying under her breath, returning to the sinful act unable to resist. Slobber ran down her cheeks until Jabari pulled himself away. She's gone. We need to be two, Jabari forewarns. Por qué? Sophia asked, fanning herself. You mean you enjoyed it? Jabari chuckled. No one will find out, Sophia assured. She emptied me, baby. I don't have another round in me. Not if I'm going to finish the yard. You rather do the lawn than me? Sophia joked, laying on the guilt only a married woman had mastered, her puppy dog brown eyes. Y'all gonna get me killed, Jabari pulled up his shorts. That chick doesn't scare you? That little puta always gets under my skin, but this is not a bad order, Sophia shrugged. Better than cleaning a toilet or dealing with her mother all day. Jabari nodded. Her mom is worse. First day? Sophia asked as Jabari helped her to her feet. Yes, ma'am. I already feel like I need to get out, Jabari sighed. I'm not telling anyone. Sophia kissed his neck, sending chills down his spine, kissing down his back until she was back on her knees, suckling his balls. Man, fuck that. I'm keeping this job, Jabari muttered as Sophia freed her breast from her uniform. Jabari sat back in the lawn chair and watched Sophia massage him with her breasts. Sophia had always been warned to stay away from black people since coming to America from Venezuela, especially black men. With the young man's giant dick spilling out of her breasts, unlike her husband and boss, she could barely feel them between her breasts. Instead, she was forced to suck his dick as Jabari humped her breast, holding her breasts together as his seed dribbled in her mouth. Sophia licked her lips, understanding how Piper fell in love so quickly, fanning herself, prepared to risk it all for the young man. Sophia discreetly laid on her back, looking away and offering herself to Jabari. Lady, I'ma pass out if I try fucking you right now. Jabari raised his hands in the air. Oh, I was not suggesting it. I was just thinking about how good of a job you did. Sophia sits up, rubbing the grass underneath her. Believe me, I would otherwise. Jabari chuckles, putting his shorts on and moving away to check his string trimmer. You didn't eat your lunch, Sophia announces. Your pussy? Jabari said, confused. No, that little bitch made me make these sandwiches and cut off the crust. Eat them, or I can wrap them up for you to take home, Sophia said maternally. Are you single? Jabari asked, admiring Sophia's tenderness. I'm married, Sophia gasped, her cheeks turning fire chuck red as she hid her face from God. I guess I should keep my dick out of you, huh? I guess so. Sophia sighs, grabbing his plate and leaving him alone to work. I love this place, Jabari murmurs as he watches Sophia walking away. His weed whacker was fully charged. He found himself back at work. Instead of feeling exhausted, he was fully rejuvenated. He was whistling and rapping along to the music from his earbuds beneath his noise-canceling earmuffs. He didn't realize the Imperial Wizard had been over his shoulder. The wizard watched him along with two other men, eyeballing him, studying him in silence as Jabari began explaining. Going to the jeweler, bust the AP, yeah. Sliding on the water like a jet ski, yeah. I'm trying to fuck you and your bestie, yeah. Chopper with the scope to not test me, yeah. Ric Flair chair go woo on a bitch. Whoa, whoa, what the fuck? Jabari turns around, pulling on his earmuffs, his earbuds dropping to the ground below, raising his weed whacker between him and the men. Jungle music, huh? One of the men spits out a mouth of dip, tucking his hands in his pocket, his holster none too far from his hip. Hey, this is my new friend. The Imperial Wizard smiled, slapping a fistful of Benjamins into Jamari's hand and shaking his hand firmly. Man, this place never looked so good. You see, boys, this is how a mansion is supposed to look. Good work, good pay, and honest men. The other two men glared at Jabari. That's right, boss. The fairly man consolidates in solidarity with his leader. The first man continued his glare, looking at the money in Jabari's hand with spite. It doesn't look that good, he ridiculed. I'm not finished yet, Jabari grunted. I could tell. The man reinforces, looking Jabari dead in the eyes. Looks like the same shit. You cut it nicely. Look at the rest of this shit. You've been here all this damn time, and all you could do is mow? I had to charge my weed whacker. I've been pulling weeds. Look for yourself, boy, Jabari challenged. Oh, that's the problem. You got electric equipment. No use killing the sand niggas if you don't use a good old American unleaded. Must be some tree-hugging faggot. The first man stepped closer, spitting on the ground. If you needed to kill the Arabs to get it, it wasn't American, Jabari explained. The man cut his eyes at Jabari, looking at the other men, then excused himself, walking off before he did something he regretted. I'm just trying to work, man. Yeah, I know. Sorry, man. Someone told us she heard my daughter screaming. I had to check it out. But Piper says she ain't even see you. She's in her room sleeping. The Imperial Wizard rubbed his neck. You know what happened? I saw her earlier when I was talking with you. You told her to go inside, Jabari deflected. Yeah, I remember that. I don't know. Piper can be dramatic. Stay the fuck away from her, boy. Here, take this right here. Stay away from my daughter. That's her fiancé, Douglas. He was ready to string you up, boy. The Imperial Wizard opened his wallet and dug another stack of hundreds, extending them to Jabari. Sir. No, I insist. Doug is mad because he recommended the last guy. I fired that joker. My daughter wasn't too fond when I told her she would be marrying Douglas either, so the idea of her taking a liking to you, enough to make you want to fight a man. He's in your band of merry men, too. The Imperial Wizard held back the other man, ready to strike Jabari. Douglas is my Grand Dragon. This here is his squire. You guys are the Knights Templar. Jabari raised an eyebrow. The Imperial Wizard smiled, looking at the squire with approval, and the squire left dismayed, retreating to his dragon, leaving the two men alone. Your daughter's getting married. Jabari sounded disappointed. Why do you care? The Imperial Wizard growled. She's beautiful, Jabari notes, unable to forget the thick white girl in his arms. The wizard held the stack of money in one hand, retrieving his revolver with the other, holding both hands out to Jabari, offering him to pick. Jabari backed away. That's my daughter, and she will carry on my legacy, whether she likes it or not. We're getting work done here, boy. I suggest you focus on yours, leave me and mine alone, and I'll keep my boys off of you. Now take this motherfucking money, put on a goddamn shirt before I bring back Douglas. This ain't about the money. Jabari challenged the wizard's threat, choosing neither the money nor the gun, holding his weed whacker as they stood off. Poppy, here's your lunch, Sophia greeted, thinking her accent as if she didn't speak perfect English. Oh, you met Sophia. The Imperial Wizard holstered his gun before the lady reached for the food, as if for him. Sí, papi es muy rico, Sophia teased with all her attention on Jabari. I love it when you speak that shit. Her boss gleams, feeling cultured by proxy. Thank you, Sophia. Can you put it in my pickup? Jabari asked, not taking his eyes off the three men. Jabari asked, not taking his eyes off the three men, sizing him up for how much rope they'll need. Sígame, por favor, Sophia pleads, pulling him along. What? Jabari was shocked at Sophia's request. Your truck. Me no sé, no hablo inglés. Sophia shrugs, despite the truck being in plain sight, playing the fool before her boss. You must not speak Spanish. She said, show me where your car is, boy. Now take this goddamn money and stay away from my daughter. Grass goes back, boy. Limbs don't. See you in a week. The Grand Wizard stuffs the money in Jabari's hand, shaking the hand by force, trying to squeeze the younger man's hand. Jabari cocked his head, looking him dead in the eyes, matching the wizard's strength, holding himself back from breaking the man's hand until Piper came jogging up. Piper changed into a tracksuit with slippers and a pair of glasses. She looked like she had been at the gym or her room the whole time. Daddy? Piper put her hand on the man's hand, gently removing their grip as she stepped between them. Sophia was stunned, silent by Jabari's audacity, watching as Piper attempted to intervene. Piper, sweetheart! Douglas cheered, returning, realizing his wife-to-be was here. Oh, hey, Doug. Piper bit her lip, sheepishly looking at Jabari as her fiancé picked her up. I was so worried about you, baby doll. Your mama said you've been screaming and I had to run over to check on my baby. Douglas kissed all over her face before she could even shower. I don't need you to be worried about me. Please put me down. Piper sighed, feeling mortified at what she had created. All three white men were armed, and their focus shifted back to Jabari with an audience for the torment. As Piper kept stealing glances at the shirtless groundskeeper, still filling Jabari's girth inside her. We were checking out this guy's lousy job, Doug Hayes, pointing at the weeds growing by the house. Well, the house looked worse than this before he got here. At least he's trying to fix it. He didn't even finish with the string trimmer yet. Piper crossed her arms over her chest, defending her new lover instinctively. What do you know about string trimming? Douglas rolled his eyes, laughing with his squire. Jabari had removed himself from the conversation, picking up his earbuds and earmuffs, realizing they wouldn't attack him with the woman around. Jabari turned his music up, rapping even louder as he turned on the weed whacker, returning to work. Before their eyes, he transformed the side of the house, removing months of weeds in mere moments. Douglas's laughter stopped, replaced with rage as he was made to look like a fool as Jabari left entirely around the house, continuing with his job toward the front of the house, moving to get the hell away from these people.